Look up on a clear day and the sky appears a vivid blue, yet the sun emits white light. Understanding why requires a journey through wave physics, atmospheric chemistry, and the optics of molecular scattering. The answer lies in a phenomenon discovered by Lord Rayleigh in 1871. Light is a form of electromagnetic radiation, oscillating electric and magnetic fields that propagate through space. The key property governing color is wavelength, the distance between successive wave crests measured in nanometers. The relationship C equals lambda times frequency means shorter wavelengths correspond to higher frequencies. Visible light spans a narrow slice of the electromagnetic spectrum, from about 380 nanometers at the violet end to 700 nanometers at the red end. Shorter wavelengths produce violet and blue. Longer wavelengths produce orange and red. This gradient of color is what a prism reveals when it separates white light. Sunlight appears white because it contains all visible wavelengths in roughly equal proportions. A glass prism separates them by refracting each wavelength at a slightly different angle, revealing the full spectrum from violet through red. There is no single color in sunlight. It is a continuous blend. The atmosphere is primarily nitrogen and oxygen molecules, particles far smaller than the wavelengths of visible light. When sunlight enters the atmosphere, these molecules do not simply block or transmit the light. They absorb it and re-emit it in all directions, a process called scattering. When a light wave encounters a molecule much smaller than its wavelength, the molecule becomes a tiny oscillating dipole that re-radiates energy in all directions. Lord Rayleigh showed in 1871 that the intensity of this scattered light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of wavelength, meaning blue light scatters roughly 5.5 times more than red. Violet light has an even shorter wavelength than blue and should scatter more strongly, yet the sky appears blue, not violet. Two factors explain this. First, the sun emits less violet than blue light. Second, human cone cells are significantly more sensitive to blue than to violet wavelengths, so the brain perceives the combined signal as blue. At sunrise and sunset, sunlight travels through a much thicker slice of the atmosphere to reach the observer. By the time it arrives, nearly all blue light has been scattered away in all directions. Only the longer red and orange wavelengths survive the journey intact, producing the vivid, warm colors of twilight. The blue sky is the result of preferential scattering of short wavelengths by atmospheric molecules. Every point of sky visible overhead is re-emitting sunlight toward the observer, overwhelmingly in the blue part of the spectrum. It is one of the most elegant and observable examples of wave-matter interaction in everyday life.